So today we're actually going to be using Dynamic Nail Supply extra long squared no C-curve tips. I have never used these before, so I just decided to open this bag and go ahead and use them. And like I said, I will soon be having some tips available for you all. I'm just waiting. I think I'm gonna wait a little longer because when I restock my website, I want to restock like so much stuff. Like I want to put so much stuff up there. So I'm just waiting for the perfect time to do that. But right now we're gonna go ahead and apply these. And yeah, we're gonna also be applying it with the Holo Taco Peely base so that I can pop them right off at the end. So what I have been trying to do every time I use new nail tips, I try to mark the actual bag with the sizes, because when you get different nail tips from different companies, their sizes usually run different because they're getting them from different vendors. So what I do to make this life a little easier is I now mark the bags of the sizes. So my thumb for this one was 1, and on most tips it's usually 2s. So this is great that I'm marking them. And then for my pointer and my ring finger were 5s. So, and then we're gonna skip 1. And my pinky was a 9. And my middle finger was a 4. So that's how I keep track of my sizes, you guys. Just so I know for next time and I don't have to rummage through the bag, I can just pick the sizes that I need out and I know it fits my hand. So since these are not that long, I'm gonna keep majority of the length and I'm just gonna literally cut the tips. So we're just gonna cut like the number off basically. And this is kind of hard for me to do because I have really shaky hands, you guys. Like my hands shake so bad. My hands shake like I'm an alcoholic, honestly. I'm not though, I promise.
Have you got any money? Got any money? This is the DJ booth. This is the DJ booth.
I really have to stop lying to y'all because that's exactly how drunk I get. But anyways, I did this pop-off method using my Holo Taco Peely base, which is just a like kind of similar to a top coat. But the first thing that I did was I glued the tips on before I put any Peely base on. And then once I glued the tips on, I filed them down to how I needed them to be. And in a second, y'all will see where I end up putting the Holo Taco Peely base on. Now, I do want to note that this video is a continuance of my previous video. I will link that above if you have not seen it so that you understand what I'm about to say. In this video, I will be using MMA, you guys. So I am not promoting MMA in any way at all. It's just what came in this kit. I am using a kit from Amazon, which I will also link above right here. I did a video on it in my last video, but this is the acrylic and the monomer that came in the kit. So I decided to do a video following that one with how I came up with this nail design. Before I actually start the tutorial, I wanted to mention some things that I forgot to mention in my previous video. I wanted to mention one, that in my experience using this monomer that I'm about to use, I did not experience any super out of the normal strong smell that people always rave about. Now, it could be that it was just this particular monomer, which is MMA. For a fact, it's MMA, but it could be that it's just this particular kind. But I did not get any crazy smell. And it's crazy because as much as people say the smell is way worse than EMA, I feel like it was a little less. And on top of that being a little less to me, the smell did not stay in my house. Now, what I mean by that is, okay, so when I use my monomer that I sell on my website, Young Nails, Not Polish, Eye Gel, any of those monomers, when I use them, and you know, when you wipe it on a napkin and then you dispose of it, if you do not take it out of your house is going to stay like that. Like, it's going to stay like that for at least a day or two, if you don't air it out, or if you don't have any windows open to air your home out. Now, when I was using this monomer, I completely forgot to take the trash out. I usually throw my trash away in my trash can outside, and that's just so that the smell will get out of the house quicker. But you guys, like, literally when I woke up the next day and I went outside and came back in, no, not even the next day. I think it was that same night, because I had to go pick my wife up. I went out and I came back, and the smell was gone, like almost pretty much gone, and it was kind of faint, which is crazy. So I'm talking to my friend about it, and she's like, yeah, you know, MMA actually, the smell or something she said, it evaporates quicker than EMA. So and I guess that might have something to do with it drying so fast, but I'm not sure. But anyway, my point is, everything that people say about MMA, it's definitely true, as far as the side effects, how unhealthy it is for your nails, etc., etc. But as far as like the smell and all of that jazz, I did not get that at all. Like, so I was really surprised to see that it didn't leave this crazy stench. I was expecting it to be way worse, but you can definitely tell the difference in the smell from EMA and MMA. And again, I am not encouraging y'all to use MMA. I just really wanted to tell y'all that. So I left this entire nail in real time because I wanted to show you all just how hard it was to work with this acrylic. And I won't say the acrylic because I did not try it with a different monomer. So I'm going to bet that it was the monomer making it this tough to work with. This monomer, because it's MMA, was so hard to lay. Like, when I tell you, as soon as I laid it, it was pretty much dry. Like, it moved a little bit, but it only moved so that I could bring it down, and then I could barely bring it down. And then to like form it and all that, like, it just was not the ideal monomer or application, I should say, that I needed. And I had to keep going back. Look at how that is just so dry right now. Like, do y'all see that? Y'all see what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's so dry. Like, it does not, I can't do anything with it. I could not do anything with it, you guys. Like, so that's why I wanted to keep this one in real time. The rest will be sped up, but I just really had to keep that in real time to show you all just how bad, like, how bad it was. And then of course I couldn't blend anything, which this wasn't even, that clear pink was not even something that I should have been trying to blend into white, regardless of how good or bad the monomer and acrylic were. It just was not a color that I could blend anyway. And look at that. Y'all see how dry it was as soon as I laid it? And my beads were wet. My beads are usually always wet. I did not dry any of these beads before placing them down. That is exactly where it dried. So to match that, I had to add more acrylic. And this nail just honestly came out a mess. This nail was probably the worst nail when it came to like filing and how it looked and all that. So that's why I ended up putting what I put on this nail for the design, because it was just a hot mess. And I was so glad that these were pop-off nails so I could just take them right off, because baby, I was not going nowhere with these bogus looking nails. At least in the beginning. They were ugly in the beginning, but I turned a ugly something into a masterpiece, okay? Now, it wasn't the best masterpiece, but I would have went out in public with the final results, if that's how I want to put it. I would have went out with the final results, but I would not have went out before the final results. Like this right here, look at this. I just think that's crazy, y'all. Like, This is my first time ever working with MMA. So I'm running this back and doing this voiceover right now, and I'm just like reminiscent of how bad it was to work with. Like, I went through so much monomer just because, like, I went through that. I pretty much used that whole 1 ounce of monomer on these 5 fingers, you guys. Like, that's how much I had to keep dipping back in, wetting the brush, trying to get it to move, do something. But it just gets so hard so quick. And that's another thing that MMA does. It gives you no time to work with what you're using, your products. Like, it just gives you no time to work with it. So y'all, just avoid. Honestly, it's just easier to avoid MMA. Like, if you really, really need it, I mean, I guess, but honestly, I would just avoid it at all costs, because to me, it's really not worth it. Like, it is cheaper. It's definitely cheaper, but as far as like you working with it, I don't feel like, for one, I don't feel like you should risk your clients. You should not be putting your clients' nails at risk, or yours. And secondly, it's illegal. And thirdly, like, it's just trash. Like, you can't do nothing with it. Now, I guess if you're a real speedy person who can run through nails, then this is for you, I guess so. But I personally just would not recommend MMA to anybody. And I mean, I'm sure nobody does, because then you would be recommending something illegal to somebody. But yeah, you guys, I just had to put that in there. But from here on out, throughout the rest of the tutorial, I am going to actually run y'all through what I was doing with the nails, how I got the designs and all that. I just wanted to let y'all know what I was working with and why this application was the way that it was. It's because I'm using MMA monomer, and like I said, if you have not seen my last video, I linked it a little earlier in this video, but I will also try to link it, if I remember, in my description box, so you guys can go check that video out. But yeah, this is why the application was not going as smoothly. Now, on the rest of the nails, I did try to like gauge, since I got a little feel of everything. I try to work a little faster and spread it a little more evenly, but it still ended up coming out pretty lumpy. So I did have to do a lot of excess filing at the end. But like I said, we will get to that in a second. So this nail was going pretty well until I got to the cuticle area, you guys. Now, I already have problems, and it's very hard for me to not flood the cuticle area, no matter if I'm holding the nail down or what it may be. I don't know. I just don't have my application for my cuticle area down packed yet. So I'm still working on that. And for me to have this crazy monomer and acrylic that is just not helping the situation at all, it just made it 10 times worse. And so that is why right here it is getting bulky, and as it's getting bulky, I'm trying to cover it up more and more and more, which was the wrong thing to do, because it just ended up making it even more bulky. So at the end, I definitely had a lot to file with this nail and to just try to smooth it out, which I could not completely get it smooth just because of how lumpy it was in so many different layers of acrylic. But just be mindful, if you are using cheap acrylic sets like this, it is going to be very, very hard for you to work with. But like I said, I'm showing you guys how to finesse working with stuff like this. This is how it was looking by the third nail, and y'all, I just thought it was a hot mess. I mean, a complete hot mess. So right here, I know y'all see how stiff it is. Like, it's super, super stiff. I cannot move it. It was really giving me a hard time, you guys, and I was just trying to work through it, and I was able to lay it down a little better on the middle finger than I was on the ring finger, but I still tried. And right here, like, look at it. Oh my God, it was out of frame, but y'all, it dried so quick. And I even tried to like lay it down, like just plop it on the nail and then smooth it out, but I couldn't even do that. Like, that's literally how quick it was drying. It was just, it was bad, you guys. It was so bad. These nails were coming out so bad that I initially was going to do the geode nails that everyone has been doing. I'll link some pictures above to show y'all examples of what those nails look like. But that's what I was going to do just because of how lumpy the nails were coming out. So since you have to drill your nails for geode nails, I was going to do that. But I ended up changing it last minute, because I ended up, like, after filing, I ended up kind of getting it to a point where it was smooth enough for me to actually do some type of design. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I still could have done those nails. But I decided to save that for another video. So in the future, probably a few days from now, I'll be doing the geode nails since they are trending. But yeah, here I'm laying the clear acrylic, and the clear acrylic was just as bad, you guys, like just as bad. And y'all are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about when I say it was just as bad, if not worse. Now, the part that really messed me up and got me was, I think, the next slide. I'm not sure, and I left that in real time for you all right here. Y'all, do you see how stiff it was? And I guess my bead was too dry, which I don't even know how it was so dry, because literally when I was dipping my brush in the monomer, I was not really wiping it or tapping it too much to the point where any liquid was coming out of the brush. So a lot of liquid stayed in the brush, and on top of that, I was not drying my bead off. I was not drying the back of my brush off on the napkin before applying it to the nail, which I usually do just so that it won't be so liquidy. It's just crazy, you guys. Like, it's crazy how MMA dries so fast. Like, I don't even see why you would really want to work with this. I mean, I know they do it in the nail shops, and they always say, like, if you want to up your speed, then to work in a nail shop. And I don't know if it's because the MMA makes them work faster. Like, I don't know, you guys, but it's just not for me. I'm not a fan. The only thing I can say that I'm a fan for is the fact that the smell does not last as long. Other than that, I would never use this. Like, I would never buy that. I do know that in schools they use MMA monomer in for like practice hands and stuff, and I guess that's more cost efficient, seeing as though EMA is way more than MMA. Like, if you look at the price differences, there's like a huge price difference. But yeah, you guys, I said that I wasn't going to touch on that too much because that was a part of my last video, and I touched on it in the beginning of the video, so I kind of wanted to stick to the tutorial. But I feel like I have to keep touching on it because that's how messed up the nails were coming out. Like, it was just it was so bad, you guys, like, so bad. So I had to come in my son's room and do this voiceover because Brittany, my wife, decided to snore very loudly right next to me. So I'm going to try to hurry through this voiceover and get it uploaded for you all so y'all can watch the videos back to back, so it will be fresh in your mind. But right here, I'm just going ahead and I did the pinky and the thumb in clear. And y'all, look at how my nails are looking. Like, bad. This is what they look like to me. I just thought they were terrible. Like, they were so bad. So I sped all of the filing up because that's how much filing I had to do. Like, there was no way I was about to put the whole filing process in this video. Like, y'all would have been here for days, honestly. So after I did the cuticle area and I tried to level the nails out as much as I could, with the time that I had, I was like kind of on a time constraint when I was doing these nails. I had 2.5 hours to do these nails, and then I had to leave the house. So that's why I was like actually like really rushing. I probably would have filed them a little more had I had enough time, but since I didn't, and I knew what type of designs I kind of had in mind that I was just going to end up covering up anyway, because I already knew that these nails were never going to get perfect no matter how much filing I did. But I did the filing. I got them as straight as I could get them for the time that I had. So this was the final product of that. Then I am taking this dip powder recycling thing that I got off of Shein, I believe. And I'm going to use this with some pixie crystals. And that is to use for catching the crystals or whatever rhinestones that you're using. I'm using my McCart nail rhinestone glue. I broke the top, so that's why it looks like that. But I still use it, and it still works fine, you guys. Somehow, some way, it still works fine. I'm also using these little eyelash swabby things that I got off of Shein. And I see a lot of lash techs use this, but I use these for like so many different things, you guys. If you can find them on Shein, definitely get them. I will link a Shein video up here. I'm not sure if it's in that video, but I'll link a few Shein videos up here because I have a few that I did, and those are somewhere in one of those videos. But I promise you, like, get them because they really come in handy for a lot of different things. But I usually use them how I'm using it right here for my rhinestone glue, or sometimes I use it for I use them for like when y'all know when you get your nail polish, when the top doesn't open because the gel like fused to it, the polish fused to like the little crease. You can take one of those little swabs and take a little bit of acetone on it and rub it around the little crease of where it connects, where they screw together, and it will loosen up the bottle cap. I'm trying to tell y'all, I did it today with 2 different polishes that I haven't used in forever because they were like sealed shut. So it works, you guys. So many different uses for that. But anyway, back to the tutorial. I went ahead and I put the pixies on. After I put the pixies on top of the nail glue, I cured it, and then I took it out of the light and I went over top of the pixie crystals with a top gel coat. And I did that to just secure everything in place so that they wouldn't be falling off or getting danged up against anything. So now I'm taking this Amazon gel polish that I got. Both of these I got from Amazon. One of them comes in a kit, which I've shown on my channel plenty times before, and then the other one I've also shown before, but that one came in like a pack of 6 or something, the Amelia kind. And I'm not very fond of them. However, I seem to like use them way more than I ever thought that I would use them. So anyway, I decided to do French cuts on the thumb and the the pinky, because they had this little clear pinkish color to it. And this was a freestyle, you guys. So I did not have any of this in mind of what I was going to do. I didn't know what colors I was going to do, none of that. So everything that I'm doing on these nails right now are like straight off the top of my head. I had no idea what I was going to do. I really didn't even plan to do designs like this. It just came. So I also have I have about like 3 or 4 more videos coming. If I can get them uploaded, I'll have them uploaded by Sunday, but it is not a for sure thing or for certain, because my son's birthday is this weekend. His birthday is on Saturday. He's turning 8, you guys. I'm so excited for his party. We're having a birthday party for him on Sunday. So I'm not too sure about how I'm going to be able to upload these videos. I'm trying to push them through, at least get them uploaded and edited and everything by tomorrow or Friday, and then just schedule them to post for you all. But I don't know, but I just want to let y'all know that I do have like 4 videos coming back to back, so hopefully I can get them uploaded for you guys. The next one that I have, I actually posted on my Instagram. If you do not follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me on Instagram, you guys. Like, Instagram sees everything first. Instagram sees everything before I post it on YouTube. So I'll link my Instagram page right here so you can go follow me if you have not already. Make sure that you like this video. Comment if you would like. You don't have to comment, but make sure you definitely like the video, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you have not already subscribed, because I was looking at my analytics and a lot of y'all be watching my video and y'all are not subscribed, and I just don't know what's up with that. Like, how are you gonna know when I'm posting? So anyways, you guys, I did this girl's nails today and they came out so cute, you guys. It was actually my first simple set. Like, I've never done a completely nude nail, and I was super terrified because if you don't know, when you do completely solid colored nails, they like have to be perfect, you guys, because it's gonna be so noticeable if you mess up anything, versus blinged out nails. You can kind of cover everything up with bling. So anyway, that video will be posted tomorrow. And right now we are going into the design. Now, y'all know my go-to is marble, so that is what we're going to be doing on 2 of the nails here. And I just went ahead and I mixed 3 colors together. I mixed black, this lime green, and this really hot like magenta pink. And I mixed those colors together. I just scooped my brush through it. I have a video on marbling. If you would like to see that, I will link that video above for you. And so yeah, that's basically all I did. I put down some top coats first. I did not use blooming gel this time. But any top coat or base coats work pretty similar to blooming gel. I do feel like blooming gel spreads it out a little more, but you can get that effect honestly if you just do a thicker coat of top gel before putting the polish down, and it will spread just like blooming gel would. But anyway, so I ended up going back on this particular nail, and it was not caught on camera, but I did end up going back and adding a little more lime green because a lot of lime green was missing, and you can see it at the top right there. But after I did that, I'm going ahead and I am putting these little solar type things on my nails. These were trending for a while. They're not trending anymore, but I still had them in my drawer, so I decided to use them. And I thought they looked super cool with the marble nails because all the colors that were in that was in that stone. So I thought that was super cute, and it came together really nicely. So now I'm topping off the nails with some Ultimate Finish Gel by Young Nails. Y'all know this is one of my favorite top coats outside of the Dynamic Nail Supply top coat. And I'm just putting some little pearls on the nails. And I did this on the thumb and the pinky finger. And I decided not to use rhinestone glue just because I knew that I was not going to keep these on. But if I was doing somebody else's nails and I really wanted these pearls to stay on, I probably would have put down rhinestone glue, like just dots of rhinestone glue on each nail first that I was going to put those pearls on, and then I probably would have top coated it after and went around the stones or the pearls to secure them, like give them a glue bath. But again, since I knew that I was popping these off, I just went ahead and just top coated them and placed them on and cured it in the light so that they could stick just for picture purposes. And this little pack right here, I've used it before. I used the white flowers, the little small white flowers out of them, and the little gold little nail charms that they have. I've used that. This came from a cart. I got this in a Your Nail Lab box. And y'all, I have not gotten another Your Nail Lab box because I don't think the card that I put on file, look, okay, this is what I do, you guys. When I put cards on file to subscriptions, I put a card that I have to actually load money to, because sometimes I just like, I'm one of those people who don't like automatic anything coming out of my account. I want to pay it myself when I want it, because if you surprise me with $100 drafted and I only got 99 and my bank want to charge me $29, I'm going to be mad and I'm going to feel like it wasn't my fault. So but anyways, you guys, that was it. I went ahead and I top coat all the nails, and this was the ending result. So we fixed them up a little bit and they actually came out pretty cute, you guys. Like, they were pretty cute. I don't know so much about that pointer finger because it was kind of throwing everything off, but like I said, it was a freestyle and it was very last minute. And yeah, but if you like this video, make sure that you like the video. Let me know down below if you're feeling this look, because I really am still on the fence with it. Like, I don't know if I like it or if it's like weird and just doesn't go. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next one. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.